Hi, this is Elizabeth Gearhart with Fireside. I'm here with Willie Tolbert, who has an amazing company. It is called Business Resource Connector. Entrepreneurs, he can connect you to anything you need. Hi, Willie.
Hi, how are you this morning, Elizabeth?
I am great. So tell us what exactly you do.
Well, actually, what I do is I help individuals and entrepreneurs and business owners make certain that they are able to safeguard themselves against anyone committing any kind of fraud, identity theft, and also give them access to have a provider law firm to look over their documents to make sure that their business is protected.
That sounds wonderful. So where do you work? Do you work all across the country?
Yes, fortunately, I'm a franchise and I'm able to do business in any state pretty much, and I have a lot of business partners across this country. And what I love about what I do is because of the internet, virtually in COVID-19, we can help more people now because we're doing a lot of our meetings virtually.
So if I came to you for help, what would be one of the first things we would do?
Ask you questions.
Okay.
Because we don't carry a bag where one size fits all. I want to hear you. What's your heart? What keeps you up late at night? What's the pain points? And then let me see, as you stated earlier, business resource connector, let me see who it is, what it is that you actually need.
Great. So what types of businesses do you work with?
Uh, Women-owned businesses, manufacturers, um, insurance professionals, financial planners, accountants, trucking firms, logistics. We want to make certain that their drivers are able to keep a clear record on their license because that's their livelihood.
So that is quite a few different industries. So what kind of problems do people come to you with?
Well, actually, in a good point, I just had a meeting this morning with a one business owner. They needed a operations manual or something to help them in structuring their business. Now with COVID-19, there's a lot of concerns that a lot of business owners are having, such as, what if I have to furlough? What if I have my employees operating remotely? They're having sensitive information. Now it's not behind a cubicle, it's now at their personal residence. So you don't have employees walking by, you may have possibly family members walking by.
Interesting. So that's just one thing, a manual to kind of handle. And that is such a good idea. I think people need to have written policies, and the policies have changed so drastically during this time. That's brilliant. And do you get into HR issues at all?
Yes, and that's a good question because what we found, we realized one is that small businesses have big business problems, but not necessarily big business resources. So what we focus on with our cadre of alliances and partners, we focus on bringing big business resources to small business owners, but on a small business budget.
That sounds great. And it's interesting you say that because my husband has a law firm and he started it 14 years ago, and it's a small law firm. It's very specialized. And we both came from corporate, and we realized that a lot of the things that we learned in corporate are important for the law firm he's running now.
Correct. Yes. And that's a good point. And now, based on what you just stated, there's a lot of individuals, a lot of professionals who were in a corporate setting, but now they're realizing, will I be going back? How can I use my skill sets that I'm comfortable with? Now, many of them are starting consulting firms and they're pretty successful. So we like to work with them to provide them some additional tools and resources, because when they were working with corporate, they had a lot of assets available to them. Now, pretty much, they have to kind of look at the whole picture. They become the door opener, door closer, the bottle washer, and all the nine.
Absolutely. And there are a lot of things that businesses may need starting out that they're not really even aware that they need. And they need the education to figure out what those tools are. And you can help them find those tools.
Yes, and as I stated earlier, that's why we ask a lot of questions, because we want to know, what is your vision? Where do you see yourself going now, 5 years out? And then what will you need? What type of resource information or resource persons will you need to have a part of your overall portfolio of library access?
That sounds wonderful. So why do your clients like working with you?
Ah, Elizabeth, you're gonna make me blush. Well, it's like this, and I just shared this. I try to provide good service. That's number one. And a lot of times when I meet with someone, or we've just been fortunate to do a transaction, I usually ask them for a favor. I said, number one, my company's going to evaluate me, how well I present it to you, how well I'm servicing you. And the way they assess it is based on how many introductions and recommendations you make. Five or more, I get a good score. So I ask them to complete an evaluation.
So you have to be really good because you need those good evaluations, right? So uh, I think too, people probably like your personality a lot, right?
I, I appreciate that.
You kind of, so it feels like you care about the people you work with. Do you become friends with them?
Yes, and I always believe it this way. People do business with those that they like, trust, and know, and I work hard on working with an individual, meaning this, the way I view referrals, Elizabeth, and I appreciate that question. Persons, if I take this mouse, they don't, in this visualize, I referred the mouse. The person that they're in front of does not see the mouse. They see this, this control. They see who sent them. So when someone introduces me to a friend, family member, I want to first show the person who's introducing me how well I'll respond to them, so they can have a comfort level to know that I'll do my best for those they introduce me to.
Well, that sounds wonderful. So what do you do for fun? What is Willie like?
Ah, now you want to get into my little R&R. Okay. But, I love riding. I love traveling. I love reading. I like action movies.
I do too. As long as they're not too gory.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. I'm a strong cigar fan, that guy, Pam Grier, and so I learned you need balance. You work hard, you need to play hard, so I try to keep the balance when necessary. So I have my fun.
That's so. Uh, I to kind of summarize, it sounds like your top skill is being a very good listener and being able to listen to what people are saying, interpret it, and come up with solutions for them based on what they need.
Yes, I would say you're spot on.
Yeah, so listening is an acquired skill. I don't think people start out, a lot of people being very good listeners. And it's really important to have, if you're going to work with a professional, to have somebody who actually listens to you and gives you a custom fit solution and doesn't just talk at you and try to force you into their peg, right? So it's like a round into their hole, I guess, like a square peg in a round hole. So you want to put a round peg in a round hole, and you listen so you can do that.
Yes, and I appreciate that comment, and it's so true, because my wife gave me this expression. She says, it should never be about the commission, but always about the mission.
I love that. That should be your tagline. Yeah, she's right. She's right. So you really personalize the experience with the people that you work with.
That's correct.
Yes, and you appreciate them and approach them with respect and kindness, right? So I think that's a big skill, or talent of yours. I don't even know what to call it. I think that's a real reason people would work with you.
Well, we work hard. We practice. We believe in strongly in personal development. So that's why it's key to learn how to appreciate, hear people. And I'm the oldest of 8 in our family, and I had 6 sisters. So I learned a whole lot in dealing with the female side.
And yet you still want to work with women entrepreneurs.
Yeah, yeah.
So what is the best way for people to get a hold of you?
Sure. They can always reach me by telephone. My direct is 973-277-1752. Again, 973-277-1752. And they can visit my resource website at www. Oh, they don't need the W. I just thought about it. They could email me at Willie WILLIE at Tolbert Financial, TOLBERT financial.com.
Okay, great. Great. Is there anything else that we need to say about your business before we sign off?
Well, Elizabeth, I want to first thank you for this opportunity because you're highly respected and regarded. Matter of fact, that's how we were introduced, with someone that really regards you at a high level. And you were not a disappointment from the first time we met. I appreciate what you do for entrepreneurs and business owners, creating a platform wherein they can really, people at home or in their office can realize, oh my God, here's a resource. And I want to make certain that I'm a value add to your complimentary services.
Well, thank you, Willie. And you certainly are a value add. And I love having you on the site and on my YouTube channel. This is awesome. So what a great interview. Thanks, Willie.
You're welcome. Thank you.